And now, Jieshuo, aka Commentary Screen Reader, CSR, or if you're me, the Confused Screen Reader. This is a segment dedicated to this great popular screen reader where we show you some new feature or some feature that we believe you should be in the know of. And now, for this episode, here's your entry for Jieshuo, aka Commentary Screen Reader. And now, to close today's episode, here's our CSR, the Confused Screen Reader, Jieshuo, aka Joshua. Kareen brings us another entry, and this is simply called Translation. Here's Kareen now to show you that feature of the Confused Screen Reader.
Translation feature is one of the popular features of the Jieshuo screen reader. I personally use it a lot. It's a convenient way to translate between languages. You set the source language and the target language. Also, you can set the source language to automatic. There are several methods that you can use to do the translations. The translations are performed online. You can also use the automatic translation function, which is a paid feature available only in the Pro version. The automatic translation translates the text of the source language automatically to the target language that you have specified in settings. Let's see the translation related settings and functions. First of all, I will test the automatic translation function. It's a function, so it's in the main menu. You can activate it through the voice assistant. Also, you can assign a gesture to it. I'll open the What's New section, which is available in the help and feedback, because the changelog is always written in Chinese.
Main menu.
And I have set the source language to Chinese.
Screen reader settings. Jieshuo Plus. Download additional resources.
So first I'll enable the automatic translation, which will be active until I disable it using the same function or until Jieshuo is restarted. I'll enable it using the voice assistant. Automatic translation.
Enabled automatic translation. Accessibility settings. User center. Help and feedback.
So I'm using swiping to move between items.
Help and feedback. Navigate up button. Help and feedback. Enable login tap OK. Enable login guncheck. Send the debug logs. Delete all logs.
I will go now to the What's New.
Help screen. What's new?
Jieshuo.
Update log. Commentary internal beta version optimizes power consumption and fluency, increases input method keyboard display and hidden sound effects, repairs conflicts between
Swipe.
Commentary 20,250,128. Fix the problem of resource download not being used.
Again.
Commentary 20,250,124. Add the function of clicking and pressing to ask the focus. Advanced settings. Voice assistant settings. Add the use of character statistics.
Alright, so actually the texts are in Chinese, but it's performing the automatic translation. I'll now disable the function. Automatic translation.
Disabled automatic translation.
So these are the texts.
Jieshuo 20,250,124.
The Google Arabic voice recognizes the Chinese text, so for this reason I can hear the texts. Now, if I want to perform manual translation, I personally prefer the manual translation over the automatic translation because Jieshuo is more responsive when automatic translation is disabled. The first method is the translation function. It's in the main menu. can be assigned to gestures, and can be activated via the voice assistant. I will again open the screen reader settings.
Main menu. Screen reader settings. Jieshuo Plus.
And I'll go to the feedback settings.
Feedback settings. Feedback settings. Sound scheme settings. Sounds 2. Sounds 2.
And the sound scheme settings, these are the settings related to the sound scheme that I'm using. 2 new sound effects have been added recently. They are still in Chinese. The first one is when the keyword is shown, and the other one is when the keyword is closed or hidden.
Clear all notifications.
This is the first one. It's now focused. I'll use the translation function. I'll again use the voice assistant. Translation.
The keyboard has been displayed.
This is the translation. It read it automatically. Now for the second sound effect, which is related to closing the keyboard, I will use the second method, which is by using the navigation types. So you add OCR and translation as a navigation type. The gesture which is used to move to the next item in the navigation type that you have selected, or to increase, is used to perform the translation, and the other gesture, which is to decrease or to move to the previous, is used to perform the OCR, but OCR is a paid feature, so you can only translate if you are using the free version. So now I'm using the Global Alternative Navigation 2 method. In this method, I use swiping up and then down, or down then up, to move between the navigation types, and swiping down to perform the translation, swiping up to perform the OCR. I focused the second item now, and I'll select OCR and translation as the navigation type.
OCR and translation.
And I'll swipe down.
The keyboard has been closed.
There is another function which is called also translation, but it's found in the recognition menu. Recognition menu is found in the main menu and is found in the functions menu. The difference between the translation function that I talked about before and this one is that when you do translations using this one, the translations will be copied. To enable copying the translation results, when using the other function, you have to enable the automatic copying of translations from settings. We will talk about settings later. If you perform the translation using the translation function found in the recognition menu, which also copies the translation results, you usually end up with the message copied to clipboard interrupting the translation. But of course, you can go to the clipboard history and review the translation.
Functions menu. Recognition menu button. Recognition menu.
Recognition menu from the functions menu, and it's the first item.
Recognition menu. Translation.
Translation. You have 2 places where you can find translation results. In the recognition results, which is found in the recognition menu, and in the chat history, which is a function. And you can find it in the voice assistant and translation settings. So it depends on the way that you have used to perform the translation. So if you translate using the OCR and translation navigation type, you will find the translation results in the recognition results, in the recognition menu.
Functions menu. Recognition menu button. Recognition. Slider. Recognition results. Sounds. Recognition results. Recognition results. The keyboard has been closed. Clear button.
So only it showed me the keyboard has been closed, which is the translation result of the translation that I did using the OCR translation navigation type. If I want to see the translation result of the translations that I do using the translation function, I have to go to the chat history. So I'd open chat history. Chat history.
Chat history. Text box. Chat history. The keyboard has been displayed.
Let's go now to the settings to see what we have. I'll go to advanced settings.
Advanced settings. Advanced settings.
And then
Voice assistant and translation settings.
voice assistant and translation settings.
Voice assistant and translation settings. Chat history.
This is chat history.
Switch to text for voice assistant. Speed. Voice command. Super voice command. Voice assistant capable. Automatically copy translation results to the clipboard unchecked.
This is the first setting related to translation, which is to enable the automatic copying of the translation results to the clipboard when I'm using the translation function. I mean, of course, the main translation function, which is found in the main menu.
Source language Chinese.
Source language. Here you can set the source language, which is the language that you translate from. You can, of course, set it to automatic or to one of the available languages.
Source language. Source language. Chinese checked. Automatic unchecked.
The first item is automatic. Although there are many languages here, but there is no search. So it's not easy to go through the list to find the language that you want. So the easiest method to perform a search is by using list browsing. I'll just focus one of the languages.
Automatic unchecked.
So I'll focus the automatic item, for example, and I'll open list browsing. By default, the gesture to open list browsing is swiping right, then down.
List browsing. Source language.
I'll now use the search function available in the list browsing.
Source language. Automatic. Korean. Enter keyword text box.
I'll type, for example, Arabic.
A. Alpha. R. Third. 2 result. I. India. C. 1 result. 1 results. Browse by touch resumed. Arabic. Arabic. Arabic.
Above the keyword, it showed me the matching text. Since Arabic is on the same screen, I was able to find it quickly. But if it's not, I can use
Scroll forward button.
Scroll forward to let it scroll, and it will keep scrolling until either reaching the end or finding an item, a matching item. And I can use
Scroll back button unavailable.
Scroll back, and now it's unavailable because I'm already at the beginning of the list.
Arabic.
So if I double tap the Arabic item, it will be activated, so it will be using the Arabic as the source language. I don't want to change it now. I'll go back.
Voice assistant and translation settings.
And I'll see the other available settings.
Target language English.
Target language, which is the language that you translate to. I have set it to English. Here also you can use list browsing to try to find languages quickly.
Use a custom translation engine unchecked.
If you want to use a custom translation engine, you should enter the related data here.
Edit custom translation engine.
These are the translation related settings. Since we are in settings, I'll just show you quickly how to add the OCR and translation to navigation types.
Jieshuo. Feedback settings. Operation settings.
You go to operation settings.
Operation settings. Gesture scheme custom. Gestures default settings. Manage settings related to gesture default behaviors and options.
Gestures default settings.
Gestures default settings. Default. Customize web page element navigation default headings links button. Customize standard view element navigation default buttons text box.
One is for web views and one is for non-web views. You just select OCR and translation. You check it. Then you tap OK to save. And you select the preferred navigation style in
Default navigation gestures style global alternative granularity navigation 2.
I already demonstrated the navigation types selection before, but this is just a quick reminder. I hope that my demonstration was clear enough. Thank you for listening.
Thank you so much, Kareen. Even though you're not here with us today, we miss you and we hope you're having a great time in Lebanon.